Monkeyman is currently out in the theaters. Is this the Indian John Wick? We're going to let you know. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to Fly By Night Reviews. I'm your host, Kiren.
I'm Dom.
Today, me and Dom are reviewing Monkeyman, starring Dev Patel and directed by Dev Patel. But before we start, make sure you like and subscribe below. We are almost at 200 subscribers. It'd mean a lot. So let's get into this. What do you think, Dom?
I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. Was it an Indian John Wick? Kind of. But it feels like there was more subtext to it. There was definitely more political than John Wick was. I don't know. It seemed more than... There was more to it than John Wick added to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only seen the first one, but still.
Yeah, same here. I've only seen the first John Wick. I enjoyed this a lot. Yeah, I agree. It did feel like an Indian John Wick, but I think the character in general had more motivation.
Right.
There's more backstory. I thought the action was done really well.
Yeah.
And hearing that it was only a $10 million budget was pretty insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. That for as good as that looked, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they've already made the money back like the first night.
Yeah.
But in terms of originality, it's not the most original movie.
No.
There was a period in the middle where it could have been cut down a little bit. I think it was about 2 hours long.
Right.
I think it could have been trimmed down just a tad. And then also, there were things with it ended kind of in a satisfying way, but it didn't at the same time. I don't know how to put my finger on it, but
it kind of leaves you lingering with some questions, but at the same time you're okay. I was okay with that's fine. You don't know what's exactly at the end, but you don't need any more. It was just I'm fine.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, it's a revenge story.
Yeah.
Dev Patel's character, he goes through a traumatizing experience. His mother is murdered, and it's like he's also a underground kind of fighter.
Yeah.
And he uses the Hanuman persona, which is like the monkey god. He wears a mask and everything. I kind of like that angle of him being kind of like a fighter and sort of, In
the show, he's not like some just instant badass. You see him working his way through getting better as he goes along.
Yeah, he's not your typical kind of Hollywood superhero type dude. I mean, his physique is realistic. He's not just he's totally ripped, and even though he is, I mean, in terms of Dev Patel, he's a pretty lanky dude.
Right.
But it was believable. It was almost like a mixture between Slumdog Millionaire and John Wick, I think. That's a perfect way to explain it. They definitely add a lot of the Indian culture into it, which makes it unique in that sense. But also
you definitely don't get that enough in more mainstream movies. Yeah,
for sure. And I think that was kind of Dev Patel's he intentionally did that because I lived in India for many years, and Bollywood movies are typically you're a lot of dancing and singing throughout the movie.
Fairly polished too.
Yeah, and this one was kind of a mixture between a Hollywood film and maybe possibly Bollywood, but without the music, without the dance routines in the middle, spread out.
The dance routines were replaced with fight scenes.
Yeah. The fighting in this movie was really good, very realistic, very kind of in your face.
Yeah,
very very impressed by the editing too. It was done really well.
It was almost had that shaky cam kind of fight thing, but not in the kind of okay, if you keep going, I'm gonna get motion sickness kind of. Style.
Yeah, whoever did the choreography knew how to do it properly. It wasn't. Like you said, it wasn't shaking all over the place to make it seem like they were doing you can tell he was probably training for months to do these scenes. And the violence. I mean, it was
oh yeah, there was sometimes oh
yeah.
I'm sure he heard me a couple times.
yeah, there was a couple of scenes where you're like, damn, they really went there and they didn't pull away, and I was very like impressed.
They got that R in there.
Yeah, like I didn't even bother to check like if it was rated R or PG-13, but yeah, it's definitely a R movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, overall, I really enjoyed the movie. I think you should go out and see it. It's definitely worth the price of admission.
Yes, it's definitely a good theater movie to watch.
Yeah, I think Jordan Peele pretty much nailed it with releasing this in the theaters instead of just on Netflix, because I think, especially with a $10 million budget,
oh yeah,
there's nothing to lose if you release it in the theater. I mean, it's like,
yeah, especially with the names attached. Yeah, you're guaranteed at least make your money back.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, what did you think? Well, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. As always, if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe below. Have you seen Monkeyman?
Are there any lower budget movies that look actually pretty good that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, let us know in the comments. And on that note, we will catch you next time.
Peace.